Hello everyone, Daria here and welcome to episode number 64 of the Slow Russian Language Podcast. Today we're having a rather short text about an invention that might surprise you. Actually, we already talked about inventions made by Russians. It was episode 27, so if you're interested, go and check it out. 27. And today I'm gonna read a text about Tetris game. As usual, first I read it in slow Russian, after that we translate it to English sentence by sentence and talk about some interesting and new vocabulary. Here we go. Мало кто знает о том, что знаменитая игра Тетрис была изобретена русским программистом Алексеем Пажитновым. Она вышла в свет 6 июня 1984 года в Москве. С тех пор Тетрис завоевал популярность во всем мире. Игра доступна практически на всех игровых консолях и компьютерных операционных системах. And that was it, pretty short, but it is full of interesting and useful vocabulary. So let's begin with sentence number 1. Few people know that the popular game Tetris was created by Russian programmer Alexey Pajitnov. Мало кто знает о том, что знаменитая игра Тетрис была изобретена русским программистом Алексеем Пажитновым. So in Russian, this profession is программист. Ist in the end, not programmer. It's программист. And here, the most interesting is the beginning. Мало кто знает. It means few people, or there are no many people who know. Мало кто знает. And this construction can be used with different verbs. For example, there are not too many people who can read ancient Greek. Мало кто умеет читать на древнегреческом. Or nobody will come there. Мало кто придет туда. And here, almost nobody knows that this game was created by Russian. Мало кто знает о том, что знаменитая игра Тетрис, popular game Tetris. This adjective знаменитый can mean famous, popular, well-known. So in Russian, just say знаменитый. And for those who don't know, and I doubt that there are people who don't know, Tetris is that game where some geometric blocks, geometric figures fall from the top and you can turn them around, and when they make a full line, it disappears. So it's called Tetris. Okay, the next sentence. It was released on June 6, 1984 in Moscow. Она вышла в свет 6 июня 1984 года в Москве. To be released in Russian is выйти в свет. Literally, it means to walk out to the light or to walk out to the world, because the word свет means both, light or world. For example, in the whole world, на всем свете, or throughout the whole world, по всему свету. So to be released, выйти в свет. Imagine that some product, maybe a book or a movie, appears and all the world can see it. So it walks out to the world. Выйти в свет. And it happened in June 1984 in Moscow. In those times it was still the Soviet Union. Советский Союз. The next sentence. Since then, Tetris has gained popularity worldwide. С тех пор Тетрис завоевал популярность во всем мире. Again, you hear во всем мире, worldwide or throughout the world. This could be replaced with на всем свете. But I just didn't want to repeat the same word 2 times in a row, so I used the synonym мир. Во всем мире. Worldwide. So, since then, meaning since 1984, с тех пор. Another way to say the same thing would be с того времени, since that time. But с тех пор is more common. For example, I read Crime and Punishment, and since that, I love Dostoevsky. Я прочитала «Преступление и наказание», и с тех пор я люблю Достоевского. Or maybe I read War and Peace, and since then, I hate Tolstoy. Я прочитала «Войну и мир», и с тех пор я ненавижу Толстого. Which is not true. Of course, I liked War and Peace. So, с тех пор, since then. Interesting verb here is завоевать. Завоевать literally means to conquer. For example, some William the Conqueror, завоеватель. So maybe we can conquer some lands. Завоевать земли. But also it is a very common way to say that something or someone gained popularity. Завоевать популярность. So Tetris gained popularity worldwide. Тетрис завоевал популярность во всем мире. Okay, and the last sentence. The game is available for nearly every video game console and computer operating system. Игра доступна практически на всех игровых консолях и компьютерных операционных системах. This sentence is so good for practicing Russian «х» sound. You hear всех игровых консолях, компьютерных, операционных системах. So, okay. I want you to pay attention to the adverb практически. I mentioned it many times in previous episode. Don't confuse it with the word practically. Practically is different. Практически means almost. For example, almost everyone. Практически все. Or almost always. Практически всегда. As you can see, it doesn't mean practically. Okay, this game is available on almost all video game consoles. And in Russian, it's игровая приставка or игровая консоль. For example, Dendy, Sega, Sony, Nintendo, all that stuff. I'm not a gamer, so I'm not a specialist, but I guess you got what I mean. And all the computer operating systems. Компьютерных операционных системах. It's all the prepositional case here. That's why those endings are их, ах, and so on. And another interesting thing about this sentence is that there are no Russian words in it. You hear практически, консоль, компьютерный, операционный, система. And a funny thing is how many Russian people, especially Russian language teachers, my colleagues, especially the older ones, they love to argue about how terrible it is and how the Russian language is going to die soon because of all those foreign words. And oh my god, it's so not true. Look at this sentence. Nobody cares about this sentence. All those words have been Russian for many years. The language can't stay in the same stage for years and years. It has to change. So I wonder what their problem is, if they don't understand it. Anyways, it was the end of the text. Now let's read it one more time, this time faster. Listen. Мало кто знает о том, что знаменитая игра Тетрис была изобретена русским программистом Алексеем Пажитновым. Она вышла в свет 6 июня 1984 года в Москве. С тех пор Тетрис завоевал популярность во всем мире. Игра доступна практически на всех игровых консолях и компьютерных операционных системах. And that was it. I hope you enjoyed. And don't forget that if you like my podcast, if you enjoy this format with Russian, English, and explanations, you may join my membership program. Go to realrussianclub.com/membership, and for $15 per month, you'll get access to 5 more episodes with immersion to Russian culture. I mean literature, poetry, movies, poems, songs, and also you'll get the access to some small library with Russian language textbooks and literature and Russian readers. I mean adopted books. So again, realrussianclub.com/membership. I'll be very happy to see you there. And I guess that's it for today. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you in the next episode of the Slow Russian Language Podcast. Bye-bye!